Welcome back to Helsingborg, Sweden, the IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And I am joined with our guest commentator today, Micah
Hi.
from the Netherlands, coach extraordinaire, athlete as well. You are very, very busy with powerlifting. We've got the
Thank you.
84 pluses going on. Do you have a prognosis? Is
For
this
this
going to
one,
be the Bonita Brown show?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
is a world-class lifter, so I'm expecting big numbers from her.
Well, if she puts all her openers on the books, then
Yeah,
pretty much. And you've had an exciting session in the last session as well.
I'm still recovering.
Ilya Strick gets up on the podium again.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic to watch. And she put on probably the best squat clinic we've ever seen.
Oh, it's gonna be. It was crazy. It was a very, very good session. It was exciting. The deadlift. It was not decided till the last deadlift.
And your heart is still beating at 100 miles an hour after that session. But the 84 pluses, these are probably some of the strongest women on the planet right here. I mean, if you look at some of these opening numbers, 257.5 kilos for an opener. The world record's 273. It's just absolutely phenomenal, the numbers we've got here. Some of these ladies are here for national records as well. I know our first lifter off the bank, Mariana, she's getting here for some German records as well. So everyone here with a different goal. We're about 20 seconds away, and Mariana, Mourinho, Cedarburg will hit the platform 165. And I know her kids are at home watching Velma and
Ah.
Vigo, watching her trying to break some German records. And she's had a rough trot into this. She's got a great man in her corner, Dietmar Wolf. And a few months ago, somehow she managed to almost amputate her toe.
Oh.
And she still managed to be here in the World Championships. And here she comes now. So the kids are at home watching. Mum's about to hit the platform, looking for a 165 squat. And I think the current German national record's 172.5.
Because that's her personal best.
Actually, I don't think that she owns that one. She owns the total record.
Okay.
And that's a good opening
That looks
lift.
good.
Yeah, that's what you want from an opening lift,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
I always say open easy for a safe lift. So less stress on the opener, so you will be stronger in the inner.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than coming out for an opening lift and having that extra nerves
Oh.
because it's that little bit harder. You want that easy one on the board. Zuzana Vedorova from Czechia, 170.
She's a lovely lady. She's opening with a personal best. That's strong. Opening with a personal best.
It's always a high risk, that personal best opener,
True,
isn't it?
very true.
If you've had a good training block, everything's been going really well. Some of the times you've blasted those out of the water.
Well, we'll have a look.
We'll see how fast this one moves, and we'll know very quickly.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure her training's been going well because that did not move like a personal best.
2 to 1, 1 red for depth, but the strength is there.
Yeah, she's moving that really, really well. Anina from Finland, 172.5. Just under her personal best.
I think she's a new lifter for international competitions. Maybe her first international.
Yeah, I can't recall seeing her. She's been competing for 3 years, so it could be her first Worlds.
Let's see. And yes, 3 right lights. That's what you want, 3 right for.
Yeah, perfect. So she hit the European Classic last year.
Oh,
this
okay,
is her
good.
first World Championships. So Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 177.5. super strong, and it's a pretty short flight. We've got 10 lifters, so it's a pretty short turnaround time. So there's not a lot of time for recovery in there either. Depth
That
looks
looks
solid.
good.
Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
solid lift.
How many lifters do we have in the flight?
So we've got 10 in this flight,
Yeah.
so it'll be moving pretty fast. I'll get a 20-minute break after the squats, and I'll get their warm-ups done.
With a smaller group, it can do something with the technicals for coaches.
Yeah, it
like
makes
smaller jumps, or maybe miss the second attempt and go for third, so you have a little bit
you've
more
really got
rest.
to think a lot more about energy management when you've got such a quick turnaround.
Especially with these heavy weights.
Yeah, I mean, we see it in the guys as well. When you get up to the heavier weight classes, recovery is a lot harder to manage, and in a small flight. Amelia Leach from Sweden, 200 kilograms, of course, on cue, the Swedish fans in the crowd. Moves that very easily.
Looked very good.
No problems with that weight at all. Eureka Kapaya from Nauru. 215. Some strong lifters coming out of Nauru, and yeah, their team at Worlds this year is actually probably one of the biggest ones I've seen.
And she's still a young open lifter. She's from 1995.
Yeah, 24, she's been competing for 3 years, so great to be here at Worlds. And it's that experience that makes the difference, isn't it? As you gain that experience. Handles the weight well.
215.
Just not getting in deep enough. You probably see it from the side on the
Yeah.
replay. Yeah, just a little bit shallow there. But she's got the strength. I mean, if they keep the weight the same, drop it in.
Yeah,
no problem.
exactly.
She knows she
the
can
weight
handle
was
that.
not a problem at all.
Fang Yan Su, Chinese Taipei, 225. So as a coach, someone misses their opening lift on squats, keep the weight the same, or do you like to have a bit of a play with it sometimes?
Well, it depends a little bit on what you miss it, but most of the time, like 99% of the time, always do the same weight.
Yeah, get it on the board.
Yeah.
I think in my entire career, I've probably done it twice
Exactly.
in my whole life, shifted their weight up.
It's already more pressure on the second attempt. If you miss your opener, if you go higher, it's even worse.
Yeah, all of a sudden you've gone from a technical issue to, you know, a technical issue plus possibly a strength issue,
Exactly.
plus the stress.
You're gonna make it harder for the lifter.
Brittany Slater, 230 kilograms from Canada. There are some big numbers.
Oh. This is for a silver medal position in squat right now, because she is lighter in body weight. For Amile. Looked a little bit shaky, and Nadira.
Just not getting deep enough. Yeah, you can see on the replay there, just cutting it shy. Probably a little bit of nerves as well. Amelie from France, 230.
If I'm correct, she is European champion.
I can find that out.
Yeah.
We have the technology at our fingertips.
Nice.
She certainly is the current European Classic Powerlifting Championships. Got the gold medal last year with a 227.5 squat.
Ooh.
So she's come a long way since then. Opening above that.
Let's see, it looks strong.
Handles the weight well.
Yeah,
Referee
3
says a
right
good
lines.
lift. She's come a long way then. That's 227.5 was last year, opened at 230.
And that's not even long ago. It was at the end of November.
It was November, that's right,
Yeah.
in Lithuania, I believe. Bonita Brown, 257.5. Not just a great lifter though, great character,
Yeah.
great person, and really loves this sport.
But right now she's focused and fired up for the opener squat. 257.5.
Current world record holder
Yeah.
at 273.
She's competing in both classic and equipped.
Oh, she's getting both in as well. They're
Mhm.
seeing a lot more of that now, which is great.
There she goes.
Probably a little bit more work than she wanted for
Yeah.
an opening lift. It's usually, her openers usually look a little bit easier than that.
But still 3 right lines, so we count it.
Yeah, she just looked a little bit uncomfortable under the bar. I'm sure she'll rectify that for a second though.
Yeah, maybe she did a technical mistake. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's quite easy. I mean when you're setting up for that squat, especially that first one, you know what it's like yourself.
oh yeah.
You just want to get it done, get it on the
Yeah.
board. Sometimes
over it.
you set up a little bit differently than you usually would. You rush your setup a little bit, and that can affect you. Mariana, Marina, Cedarburg from Germany.
Fist bump for the spotters and loaders.
Yeah, getting right behind them. They've been doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And the great thing about having a great spotting and loading crew is it builds confidence in the lifters as well to push themselves that little bit further.
Well, these guys are one of the best in the whole world. When I'm on the platform and they are behind me or next to me, I'm safe. Not scared at
You
all.
feel a lot better.
Ooh, that looks strong.
Yeah, good second lift there. So Vilma and Vigo, her kids sitting at home watching this. Is your mother about to break the
Smiling.
German squat record?
I always love it when they smile.
Oh, it's fantastic. When you see them get to the top of that lift to let out a smile. And Nina from Finland, 180. So this will equal her personal best. So just 2 lifters missing their openers. There's a bit of a nod to the crowd there.
We had a lot of lifters from Finland this year.
It's been a big team.
Yeah. And a good team as well.
66 nations competing this year.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that was some work. It was a second lift, and that's
Yeah,
about
good
the
enough.
right amount of work for a second lift. You don't want to be
You're allowed
grinding.
to work when you're on
You don't want to be grinding it out just yet. We'll save that for the third one.
180 kilos for Suzanne. She is from Czech Republic, but she lives in London now.
Oh, she's
She
living,
moved there a few
moved
years
in
ago.
London. Well, powerlifting is truly a global community.
Yeah. The walkout looked easy.
Yeah, she looks very confident under that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good lift. I like
Very
that
good.
one.
3 wide lines, a little scream at the top.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see just her intensity just gradually growing there, holding it back a little bit, making sure she manages it. So Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 180.
12.5 kilo jump for her.
Yeah, and you know what? We talk about jump size, you know, for attempt selections. You know, in the lighter weight classes, 12.5 kilos is huge. You know, in these weight classes, 12.5 kilos is not a huge jump.
Yeah, because the weights are higher.
Yeah, I mean, you got much higher weights, much higher body weight, less of a percentage, and she handled that well.
If you would do a 12.5 kilo jump when you only squat 100,
Yeah, it's gonna make a big.
that's a very big one.
You're really gonna notice that. Amelie Leach from Sweden, 210. 26 years of age, 2 years competing. She's got a very good career ahead of her.
She is wearing the belt quite high. You see that? More often you see it in the deadlift,
Seeing a few
not with
lifters,
squats.
especially in the deadlift, wearing a bit
Yeah.
higher to allow them to get down and get the breath in.
Well,
Handled
it is
that very
working.
well. It's
It
worked
is
very
working.
well for her.
Gonna go back to Nauru. 220 kilos on the bar. She missed it on depth.
So missed it on her. So she's opened with 215, missed it on depth, and they put on another 5 kilos. I know it's not much, 5 kilos, but I'm always such a big fan for getting that first number on the board first.
Definitely.
Particularly, she's got 3 years competition experience. She's only 24. It's a big call.
But maybe those 5 kilos will help to get
Yeah, in
on
this
depth
case, it
a
could
bit
help her
easier,
actually push
yeah.
down a little bit. You know, it's not a number she hasn't done before. I mean, 230 is a personal best,
Exactly.
so she's held this weight before. Oh, let's see if she can get it down there a bit. That looked better from this angle, but we are sitting in the front and a long way back. Still not getting deep enough.
Let's see the replay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's really cutting it shy. So Brittany Slater from Canada, 230.
I think she missed it on depth as well.
Yeah, they were both depth, and
Yeah.
she's kept the weight the same.
That's a good thing, though, because she was also a bit shaky.
Yeah, and I like keeping the weight the same because your nerves are bad enough as it is. It's hard enough to get out for that first squat as it is. It's such a nerve-wracking experience, especially at Worlds. You walk out,
Oh, yeah.
there's cameras, there's crowds, there's lots more officials than usual. It's a very nerve-wracking experience.
It is. And she had a long travel as well.
Yeah, Canada's
All the way from Canada.
Canada's a long travel. So strength is good. What's the depth like on that one? Still not deep enough. And I imagine Jeff Butt from Canada is going to take a walk over to the jury panel.
They are going.
And right on cue, here he comes. And
No.
he's not getting any sympathy from the jury panel there. Peng Young Su from Chinese Taipei, 237.5. Just starting to lift the intensity a little bit. And their team getting bigger and bigger every year. Sinks it in.
I think that looked good. My opinion, yeah.
Yeah, 3 white lights. Yeah, good lift.
She's in a bronze or a silver medal position for squat right now.
Amelie from France, 237.5.
Our European champion.
Yeah, it's a nice way to come into the Worlds though, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
to have that experience under your belt.
Yeah. And you know how it is to battle for medals. It's a different kind of
It's
pressure.
tough. I mean, we just watched that previous session, the 84s. I mean, what a battle that was.
Oh,
You know, and Ilya's, as experienced as she is and experienced as you are, she still had to wait because they were challenging that bronze medal as well.
she looks ready for it.
Yeah, brought a little bit of intensity for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Depth looks good. Oh, she stutters
Oh, she's no.
a bit. And
She lost all the tension.
yeah, she got down to the bottom. She hit the bottom quite
Yeah.
well, but then all of a sudden, we have a look in the replay, we might see where it went wrong. She hit the bottom really well, comes up
Oh,
and just look. I think she got a little bit off balance first,
Yeah.
and then tension goes, and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to bring that back. Bonita Brown, 262 and a half.
only a 5-kilo jump.
Yeah.
The opener didn't look that
Yeah,
easy,
her
not
open-
what
yeah.
we used to see.
Usually she's a lot faster and opener than
Yeah.
that. And she's playing the safe card. I think it's a smart one to do.
I mean, maybe she's a bit fired up now, even more.
Yeah, sometimes you sort of help me out at that first one, especially when you're in a field where you're like, okay, well, I'm not overly threatened. You know, you're a little bit too casual. Brings a little bit of fire to this one.
And use every single attempt to build the total in the end.
Yeah, you just chip away.
There she goes. No.
And I do like the little laugh at the top there. Laughs it
She was
off.
like, it's all right.
But-
I missed. It's all right.
And you know what? That's the true professional, isn't it? I mean, she's been in this situation before.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. I missed a lift. It's okay. Have a bit of a laugh.
Go
about
on
it.
to the next one.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Sometimes you see lifters, when they miss one, the mental game
Yeah,
is
it
off.
can be really hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's been doing this for a long time now. She knows
19
what she's doing.
years.
It's plenty of experience.
Oh, man.
As opposed to this lady, Mariana Mourinho Cedarburg from Germany, who is been doing it for 3 years. And already here at the World Championships, looking for a 175, incidentally, which will be the German national record.
There we go.
Gonna have to fight
Up,
for
come
it.
up.
Get that head up,
Oh,
and she gets it to
yeah.
the top. And I imagine,
She knows she has it.
yeah, you can see the confidence. And I imagine the kids are cheering at home for that one. Great lift. She had to put a bit of fight in for it, but if it's for a national record, it's worth the fight. Zuzana Petrova from Czechia, incidentally living in London.
Yeah.
Well, I can't argue. I'm from Australia and I live in Belarus.
So you know how it is.
We are a global community of powerlifters.
185. This will be a 15-kilo
that's
PB.
That's a good personal best
Oh.
to take home with you from the World Championships, isn't it?
Come on, Suzanne. Let's do it. Let's go. She hits it depth.
And she's going to work for it. Lets out the scream.
I think she has it.
It looks good.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Puts it on the board. And she is
I love it.
ecstatic.
She was waiting for the for the lights, and then all the happiness came out.
And that is exactly what powerlifting's about. Beating yourself and just putting your totals on the board and doing your job. Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 195. And just holding it back a bit because they're adjusting the rack heights, and I'll restart the clock.
Now it's ready.
$195 for a pretty decent personal best.
And that's very close to the magical 200 squat.
Ooh, the elusive 200.
Let's go, come on.
And I'll tell you what, in a few months' time, she'll be breaking the elusive 200 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And powerlifting's really funny like that, isn't it? There's those numbers that are just, the 200 deadlift, the 200 squat, the 100 bench.
Those are magical.
They're little elusive numbers. And once you get past them, you think, why did it take me so long to get there in the first place?
But then you always want more.
Yeah, there's
then you want to have
always the next elusive number.
215, 220.
Yeah, we're never happy.
No.
So Anina now from Finland, 202.5.
The clock starts.
Yeah, the clock started. It looks like she's running that one down, I'd say. Not sure what happened there.
Well, she will give the lifters a bit more rest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a 10-person flight. It's a great sportsmanship thing to do, to leave your attempt on there and just roll the clock down. And of course, our great sponsors, Alico, who continually raise the bar. Honestly, the best on the planet. Uplift, bringing quality coaches and athletes together all around the world, and we've seen Uplift coaches and athletes here this week. And SBD, greatest lifting apparel on the planet.
What is SBD? What does it stand for?
Squat, bench, and dead. And I actually had someone come to me a few years ago and say, "Did you know?" Like, really? Yeah, I think we all knew.
Just checking.
Well, I hope I know. So Amelia Leach now from Sweden, and the Swedish crowd right on cue.
217.
The big, big personal best for this young lady.
She's ready for it.
Yeah, I think she's brought the fire for this one. Yeah, she knows this one's going to be tough.
She saved it for the last one. Oh!
That was very good. Speed into the bottom.
There's more into it.
Plenty of room to move there. And she's so excited. nearly knocks her coach over. I keep saying to athletes, you've got to tell me what your exit strategy is, because if you're going to run off the platform, I don't want to be knocked over in front of the camera.
You need to be prepared for it.
You've got to be ready for it. Eureka from Nauru now, 220 in a little bit of trouble now. Weight, she has no problem with it. She has the power. And she has enough power to sink it back another couple of centimeters and still get out.
She is strength enough. So
Yeah, she just has to sink it back, sit back into it, lift the chest up.
And don't rush it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. She has the power to take it, to be controlled.
I'm waiting for the lights.
I'm not going to say anything. We'll wait for the lights. And
she
gets it
got
on the board, 2 to 1.
Really nice. Oh, I'm happy for her.
That's fantastic. And now Brittany Slater with 230. She's got herself into dire straits as well. And again, just needs to sit back, chest up, and you're right. Take your time. You can handle this weight easily. Don't rush.
She needs this weight to stay in the competition.
Yeah, without this, no total.
Also a bronze medal position in squat.
Oh man, one lift and you go to bronze medal.
The pressure is on.
Good advice from the coach on the sideline there, telling her to take her time. That looks better. That looks better. Two to one. And I imagine we'll be coming to the jury box on this one as well. I mean, obviously we're sitting in front here and can't really see, and we only get one side view here. So.
And also the camera angles. They are from
Yeah,
How
so
do you
what
say
we
that? Like,
see is very different than what the
yeah,
referees see.
standing position or more from the ground. It's not the eye of the referee.
Yeah. Amelie from France, 237.5. Brought some intensity for this one.
She missed it in the second. She needed for the third.
Well, this will drop her up into the bronze medal position.
But she also needs it for the total. Like, build every single kilo for the total.
This will give her an extra 7.5 kilos
Exactly.
on the total. And I think it was a bit shy on height anyway. So she couldn't move it, but she's in the bronze medal position with one lift. There is a bit of movement from the jury regarding Slater, so we'll wait and see on that and let you know what happens.
They are watching the replay from the Canadian lifter.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens though. Paying Yan Su, Chinese Taipei, 242.5. So she has the silver medal.
Yep.
$242.5 as a silver medal.
Oh no, just a little bit too heavy.
Just a little bit too much there.
I'm a bit distracted by the people.
Yeah,
who
we've
are
got juries and coaches and people walking past and discussions happening. But right now, Bonita Brown, 262.5, got her opener. It's unusual to see her only get an opener. But we don't know how long, we don't know when she got here. I mean, the US is a long flight.
Yeah.
Big time zone difference. And it takes its toll. I remember talking to a couple of people in Tokyo that had come from America, and they just said, everything just felt heavy.
Heavier than usual on training.
Interestingly, I can't see Bonita coming to the platform.
I don't think she's coming. The first one was already heavy.
Yeah, I mean,
heavier than expected.
If she knows that the 262.5 isn't going to move, then you know what? I'm not going to waste all my energy on something that I know is not going to move. I've got a long day of lifting ahead of me, and that just seems like a big waste of time to do that. So she'll still take
a tactical move.
Yeah, I mean, she'll still take the gold medal in the squats with her opener.
Yeah.
Get a silver medal there for Sue from Chinese Taipei, and Amelie from France with the bronze medal. And I'm just waiting to see what's been happening with the Canadian lifter there. We had a 230. It might be getting overturned, I think.
There's a lot of happening.
And we'll let you know
a lot of things happening right now.
Yeah, it's all going on. Everything's happening here. We've got jury members walking around us. We've got coaches walking around us, putting in protests, asking for things. And I'm just trying to see if they change that board over. And it has been overturned. So Slater from Canada will actually take the bronze medal.
She did not bomb because the jury
bomb,
overturned,
so
and she won the bronze medal.
And she gets the bronze medal. So it was a good lift. So a nice way to finish this session with all the lifters on the board going to the next round. Well, don't go too far away. We'll be right back here very, very shortly. We've got 20 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see what happens and what starts to unfold as we hit the bench press.
Some heavy bench.
welcome back to Helsingborg, Sweden for the 2019 IPF World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And of course, I'm back in the commentary box with none other than Micah from the Netherlands, who
Hi.
has had a busy week already. We've seen you even running between two platforms at some point as well.
Yeah, I did platform 1, platform 2.
Well, it's an exciting job. We all enjoy it. Now, we've had the squat session. Bonita Brown, unusually hitting her opener and missing her second, and then deciding not to come out for a third. I imagine didn't come out for a third because it was a lot of energy expulsion for something she knew she probably wasn't going to hit. It just looked like everything wasn't feeling right. Looked like everything was feeling a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
But it's an unusual thing. Right now, into the bench press. Obviously, we hope that goes a lot better. This is, and I always like to talk about the bench as being probably one of the most complicated or technical lifts of all.
Yeah, the bench press it's you like it or love it more, and you hate it. People who love it see the technical things and all the details in it, and people who hate it most of the time are good bench presses because they have long
we had
arms.
1,000 people that loved it in Tokyo at the
Yeah.
World Bench Press. It is. It's one of the most technical. You got all the points of contact.
Yeah.
Feet have to be flat on the floor, butt on the bench, shoulders, head make contact, and then of course you've got your start command, your press command,
So many rules.
your rack command as well. Elbows have to be locked. There's all these technical issues, and it's so much more important to be opening at such a conservative, secure number on the bench than any other lift.
Well, what's happening with bench press? Like 85 kilo can be very easy, and 87.5, it's not moving at all.
The drop-off rate is extremely fast. Well, we are about 7 seconds away from the bench press here with Zuzana Petrova from Czechia with 85 kilograms. So the good thing is everyone got on the board after the squat session. We had a bit of controversy with the Canadian. Obviously, the Canadian coach came to the jury panel, and you know what? They looked at the replays, they used the technology to their availability, and they made a good decision and overturned it, so everyone's on the board.
Yes, and she won a bronze
And she
medal
got the bronze medal on it as well.
For Suzanne, she had a great day on squats.
Yeah,
15 kilo PB.
That's a huge personal best any day of the week.
And look at her personal best in bench press.
Yeah, so she's getting pretty close to that with 85, so she's going to hopefully put another one on the board.
That looked very easy.
Yeah, that was a great lift.
Her preparation is
So
really
living
good.
in London seems to be agreeing with her. Now, next lifter to the platform, Mariana Marina Cedarburg from Germany. Had the pleasure of meeting her the other day, and she's super excited. She's had a very rough run-in over the last several months. She did a toe injury, so I think I've decided that we're going to call her Twinkle Toes now. And of course, her kids watching at home. The whole family was going to come, but they couldn't get time away from work, so the kids are all watching at home. I think she's looking for a bench record today, possibly. I think the German record's 105. And that's a good way to start.
Yeah, an easy opener, no stress. 3 right lights.
Yeah, right on the board. That's what you want off the bat there. And it's also a really taxing lift as well. When you've really got to grind out benches, it really takes it out of you physically and mentally.
Your back can be cramped.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if you're not used to powerlifting and you're benching in the gym, you probably don't realize that the bench press and the powerlifting, it's a full body movement.
You're even using your legs.
Yeah,
with the leg
every
drive.
part of the body's involved. Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 95 kilograms. And a nice light touch there.
Oh.
And I think she might have jumped the command. No yellow card, should be movement of the butt there, or the head.
Or the feet, but I haven't seen
I
that, so
couldn't see
maybe
anything
you're
there,
right.
so maybe it was jumping the command. Some lifters will try and time that press command, and occasionally they just time it a little bit too quick. So Eureka from Nauru, 100 kilograms.
$100, opening on the magical number.
Yeah, always nice to open on a magical number. Let's hope she has a little bit more success on her opener bench than she did with her squat. Came down to that last squat, right down to the wire.
Actually, I did a training with her beginning of the week.
Oh, nice.
Just remembering it. She did a lift off for mine. I was
Oh,
like,
good.
oh, nice.
They're
really
great. They're great. A lot of people from Nauru.
Yeah.
To meet them a number of times and talk to them a number of times.
Very nice people.
Yeah, fantastic. Always take the time for you.
Yeah.
And Nina from Finland, 105. Just shy of her personal best.
Only 5 kilos shy.
And that should be a good lift. It is.
Yeah. That was an easy, safe opener. Don't you think?
Yeah, exactly what you want. You want it to move really well. You know, it's a confidence builder as well. You know, you want to get off that bench after the first one and feel good and feel confident. If you miss that opening bench, it can be really deflating. Emilie Leach from Sweden, 110, and the Swedish crowd right on cue.
She had a great day on squats.
Yeah, she did very, very well. And personal best on the board as well. And if all goes well on the bench, she might be looking at personal best for that as well. Opening at 110 with a personal best of 115. And smooth all the way through.
What do you think for a second attempt?
Look, I would probably push the 115, maybe the 5 kilos. Don't know if I'd be willing to risk an extra 2.5. Brittany Slater from Canada, 115. A personal best of 125 and a half, which I imagine is probably a Canadian national record. So well away from that. So that's 115. Should be a very conservative opening lift. So she'll be feeling pretty good right now too. I mean, she had a rough time on squats. The overturn, got to the bronze medal. So all of a sudden she's feeling really good. Wants to capitalize on that.
That looked fast.
Yeah, it moved very fast. And the referee say it's a good lift. That's going to feel a lot better for her now.
No extra pressure for the second lift.
Yeah, especially after the squats. You know, she's gonna start feeling good, and she wants to run into the deadlift. Yeah, with some positive momentum. Fang Yun Su, Chinese Taipei, 117 and a half.
Looks very good as well.
Yeah, so far looking great. 117 and a half. And you know what? 10 kilos under her personal best. That's a good safe opener. You know, under her personal best. So that's a good safe opener.
I
10 kilos over, I would have had a heart attack. Amelie from France, 127 and a half. So these ladies are not going to get much rest between lifts.
Not even with a 20 minutes break.
No, it's not a lot of turnaround.
Working. When you're done with squats, you have to warm up straight after for bench press.
The advantage you have when you have a big flight or you have 2 flights is you've got that extra time in between. So 127.5. Amélie from France. Sounds like some very vocal French supporters in the crowd.
Yes.
Very nice looking opening lift there.
Here we go,
Bonita
Bonita.
Brown. Let's see. Everything looked heavy on the squat. It just didn't look comfortable. She looks relaxed. Yeah, she looks like the usual Bonita that we're used to.
She's a
Dancing
professional.
away to a music in the background.
So it's like, okay, squat was not my day today. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do some benching. Look what she's doing
Yeah,
right now.
nice clear
She's
instructions to
exactly.
the spotter.
The lift off can make or break
Yeah,
a
look,
bench.
it really can make or break it, especially when you're talking about, 140 kilograms. If you've got to start shifting that around to somewhere you want it, you're burning a lot of energy.
And if you explain it like Bonica, just on your first lift, explain it a bit more,
Yep.
and then on the second and third they will remember it. And then you just say,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah, you just got to
you
give them
okay?
a quick reminder on the second and third.
Look how nice that was.
That looked much better than her opening squat. And she's going to start feeling a lot better about that now as well. As professional as she is, that positive momentum is going to help a lot. And Susanna Beverova from Czechia with a very big personal best of 92.5. Opened at 85, now looking for 92.5.
Let's go, Susanna.
And this will give her... Sorry, I got distracted by the referees doing something as well.
I was waiting for the rest of the
There's so much going on here. So this will give her a really big personal best, which is great on a second lift as well.
There she goes.
Oh,
just a little bit
she will be
heavy.
fine on her third attempt with that.
Yeah.
If we see the replay, you'll see she second guessed the press command. And you might be able to see she just bobbles a little bit, second guesses it, and and then go. And once she did that, you lose your tightness and you lose your focus. Mariana Mourinho, Cedarburg from Germany, 100 kilograms. Chasing a few German records today. Dietmar Wolf in her corner. You can't ask for more experience than that.
He's one of the best coaches in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, I think we'd have to he'd have to put him up there in the top 1 or 2. And loves the sport and has done a lot for the sport as well. Oh, she's working for it. She's grinding it. She gets it to the top.
Yeah,
and
she
it's
got
on the
it.
board. That was a lot of work. I imagine, I don't even probably putting the 2.5 on for the next one.
Maybe.
And even that's probably going to be a stretch. But bench press is one of those things that if you get something just a little bit out of the line, all of a sudden it's hard. Put it right.
Tension,
and it'll move twice
cramps,
the speed.
Everything counts with bench press.
Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 100 kilograms.
She missed her opener. She's the only one who missed it. This looks good.
That looks a lot better.
3 white now.
It's on the board now.
I remember she missed it with 2 reds and the yellow card, but we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe signals, but we were not sure.
Pretty sure she jumped the press command on the first one, but we couldn't really tell on the replay. That one was no problems. She put it on the board. Eureka from Nauru, 107.5. And they're just requesting to remove the blocks.
No blocks.
They originally had 5 centimetre blocks. She's decided she doesn't want those. So the guys spotting and loading it, they're doing a great job. They have a screen there that brings up the rack heights, brings up the safety rail heights, brings up where they need blocks. On the squats, of course, racks in, racks out, and it brings up all the plate numbers that they need to put on the bar as well. So they load to that screen. If by chance an athlete has put something in that is incorrect, the spotters and loaders load to the screen. It wasn't a bad lift. Gets it on the board, gets the job done.
The referees agree with you?
Yeah, thank you very much, referees. Anina from Finland now, 110. And this will equal her personal best. The current world record, 151 and a half.
And Bonita is going to 147.5. But maybe if she gets this one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. If it moves well, it's her world record, I believe.
Oh, that's nice.
That was very, very fast for a second lift.
Especially when it's equal your PB.
Yeah, very, very fast. She's going to demolish her personal best today. Amelie Leach from Sweden, 115.
There's our Swedish lifter.
And the Swedish crowd right on cue.
Always,
always on cue. We always know when there's a Swedish lifter about to lift. We don't even need to look at the board.
I like what she did with her hair. I have to say it once, sorry.
Is that just because I've got no hair?
Maybe. Very good lift.
Very smooth all the way through. All the way through. Very smooth. No shaking, no wobbling.
And third attempt will be a chance for a personal best.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Brittany Slater, Canada at 120.
If she gets this, she will move in a bronze medal position for bench press.
That would be a very nice way to hit your second lift, I think. A little bit unstable through there, but she gets it to the top, and it should be a good lift, and it is.
It is.
But she's a lot of energy being wasted. I mean, you can see she's rocking a bit back and forth, lots of body movement. You want to try and keep that body as tight as you can.
There was not one straight line, but almost two lines.
Yeah, there was a bit of everything there.
But she didn't go down, so it's good enough.
Absolutely not. So gets it on the job, gets the job done. Fang Ying Su, Chinese Taipei, 125. Just under a personal best of 127 and a half.
Does she get it?
Have to grind for that one a little bit. Moved a little bit on the slow side. And you can see on the replay, the difference between her, the body's not moving around everywhere, so she's able to grind that out. You start getting the body shifting around, you're pushing energy into all different directions, and you're never going to be able to get that grind. Amelie from France, 132 and a half. Her opening lift looked very, very good. And this will equal her personal best.
And if she gets this, it's a silver medal in bench.
No, she wants to put this one on the board.
She
had to work for it a little bit, but it should be a good lift.
So we still have the third round, but the other lifters are not going over her.
Yeah, so
32.
she should be pretty secure there. And right now, Bonita Brown, 147.5.
Come on, Monica.
Yeah, time to put some numbers on the board.
Look the difference. The first lift she had to explain the lift off. Now she just fist pumped the spotter, and it's
they know what she wants now. And always, with a lot of my athletes, I always say, you know what? If it's a big field, first lift, explain it. Second lift, give them a reminder of how you want it. If you've got 20 lifters lifting, they're not going to remember. They'll remember you, but they probably won't remember what it is you need.
Ooh, that's nice.
That looks good.
Are we going to see a record coming?
I think, you know what, it's 151.5. I wouldn't be surprised if we did 152.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's within reason, especially if things aren't feeling 100%. But the 5 kilo isn't a huge jump for her. So Susanna Bedorova from Czechia looks for 92.5. Just has to be patient on this lift. Wait for that press command. Don't try and anticipate it too much.
She misgrooved it a bit.
Yeah, I honestly think that's all it was. And if she can put everything together, we talk about how technical the bench is, and it is the case. There are so many things you need to put together to get it to work right.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you're getting up,
her opener was flying.
Yeah, her opener was great. But when you get up into those absolute 1RMs, if one of those little things is just out by a little bit, it's probably not going to happen.
Let's see what she's going to do.
She moved it off her chest really, really well.
Are there going to be blues?
Yeah, I think there's going to be.
Ooh, yellows.
So I thought there'd be blues for the up-down movement. She moved it off her chest really, really well. And then just sort of got to a point where it just stopped moving and it dipped a little.
Well, she knows she's strong enough for the weight, but just the technical things.
Yeah, it's just technical now.
She will get it in the next competition.
Absolutely. Mariana Mourinho, Cedarburg from Germany, 102.5. Her second lift at 100 kilograms was tough work. So I think the 2.5 is going to be a bit of a grind. If she can get everything timed right, she's done it before, 102.5, so it's not new for her.
Oh, she can.
Well, that was about 100 times better than her second lift. And like we said, you can see Dietmar in the corner laughing. Why didn't you do that on your second lift?
Why didn't
seriously.
But this is the thing. On the third one, technically, everything was perfect.
Yeah, and we talk about everything has to be right.
Exactly.
And that's the difference. Caroline, Stuttgart, Denmark, 102.5.
She's going for a personal best now.
Plenty of supporters in the crowd.
Same hit.
Yeah, very well done.
Better than the second one.
Put it all together. When you get it all together, it feels fantastic when you get it all together. And there's plenty of times in training when you stand up from your bench and think, well, that was easy. Now, how did I do that?
Exactly. And you did not film it. And then...
Yeah, it's always when you're not filming that it goes really well. You're like, now, how do I do that again? Eureka from Nauru, 110. at a good opening lift at 100, at a good 107.5.
Very good jumps.
Yeah, so now looking for just a little increase to 110. This is more of a confidence builder, this one.
Come up.
Oh, she's grinding it out. She gets it there. The referees say it's a good lift.
3 white lights.
Yeah, that's a nice little confidence builder there. She's going to roll into the deadlift now, feeling a lot better about herself, especially after the squats. Anina from Finland, 115, a big personal best.
She's ready for it.
Yeah, she's a bit more fired up this time. Yeah, I mean, you've got to manage your level of intensity.
Yeah.
You don't want to be coming up for your first lift all fired up. You can't maintain that. But when you get to your third lift, you know, it's usually something that's, you know, something you haven't done before, or it's right on that top of your best lift. And, you know, that's when you need to bring the intensity.
All the extra energy. And stop.
She gave it a good fight.
She was close. She was very
She
close.
gave it a good fight. Just couldn't quite get through that sticking point. Emily Leach from Sweden, 117 and a half.
Here we go, Sweden.
Right on cue. This will add a couple of kilos to a personal best. It's always nice to go home from a big event like this with a personal best.
She already had a huge personal best in squat.
Yeah, it's going to get even better now.
If she gets this, it's 6 for 6. And she got it.
And she's going to get it. She has got a very big future, this young lady.
Very good job.
So Brittany Slater, 122 and a half.
Okay, let's go. One more step. All the limbers. I need supporting guys and the wrist.
122.5. Just under a personal best of 125.5.
Well, it's nice if she can go for 3 bench lifts, 3 good lifts, because the score was a bit...
Exactly, and this is a bit of a confidence builder as well.
Yeah.
You want to be rolling into the deadlift feeling good. If you're having lots of misses, it's hard to feel good. Oh, and I think her foot just lifted off the ground there.
Yeah.
And it did.
Well, she only lost 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a big loss. And you know what? I mean, it wasn't a huge, huge amount of work. I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a push, but it wasn't a huge grind, so she hasn't wasted too much energy going to the deadlifts. Fang Young Su, Chinese Taipei, 127 and a half. Has the bronze medal already in the bag for the bench press. She's got that packed up, ready to go. And that's a good press. It should be 3 whites on that one.
Very easy. Oh, 1 red.
It's 1 red. That's okay. It's 2-1 though. It's on the board. Amelie from France now, 135. She has the silver medal wrapped up and already packed away.
She's trying to add 2.5 kilos in total.
Yeah, it's a nice way to finish. She'll get a personal best, get a couple more kilos on that total. You've got to keep chipping away at that total. You never know what's going to happen with the lifters in front of you. Doesn't matter how good they are, how experienced they are. Sometimes things just happen. Taking a time. worked at the top. I'm pretty sure her foot moved about 6 inches to the left.
Ah.
And the side referees have picked that up.
That's the yellow card
Yeah,
for
and we'll probably see that on the replay. It would happen to be a left foot
on
with
the
the
left
camera is
foot.
too.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
both feet.
both.
She took a couple of steps there.
And
And Bonita Brown, she's put on 152. We thought she would.
She's going for a world
She's
record.
going for the world
Open
record.
world record.
She owned it at 151 and a half. She looked herself in the mirror this morning and said, yeah, you know what, I want it back. I'm taking my own world record.
They need to chip the bar.
152. So on a world record attempt, you can move up in smaller increments.
Only with a world record attempt. She's ready for it. Let's go, Monica. She got the sparkles on with the makeup.
Yeah, she got the sparkles. We all know there's an extra couple of kilos in that glitter makeup. Easily.
Let's go, Monica.
And the crowd, everyone wants her to get this.
They're all behind you.
Yeah, everyone wants her to hit the world record. And just a little bit too heavy today.
She tried, she tried.
No, she did. I think any other day of the week she would have had that one.
And you don't see that every single competition or every session. That's
No.
world records.
World record attempts. You know, they're tough. I mean, there's extra pressure out there, and we've already seen from the squats, you know, she's having a bit of a tough day. The energy levels aren't what they usually are. You know, she did really well on that bench. Her second bench moved really, really well. World record by her second bench movement. You thought, yeah, you know what, it's probably there. She thought the same thing, but things are feeling just a little bit heavy. So she'll just put that one on the side, and we'll take that at the next opportunity we get. But don't go too far away, because the best part of the day is coming up very shortly. 19 minutes and 25 seconds, the deadlifts. It is absolutely the best moment of the whole
It's
day.
the exciting part.
So we'll be right back here, 20 minutes time, to take you through all of the deadlift action. Welcome back to Helsingborg, Sweden for the IPF 2019 World Classic Powerlifting Championships. And of course, myself and Micah,
Hi.
athlete, coach extraordinaire from the Netherlands, we are going to take you through all the deadlift action. And it's been interesting. Bench press, lots of great personal bests. Bonita had a crack at that world record.
Almost.
Just today is not the day. Deadlifts, world record, 247. Bonika's opening at 227 and a half, so well, you never know, it's quite within reach. You're not having the best day
No.
today, though.
You cannot have every single day the best day.
Well, certainly, I mean, every competition is not always going to be your best one, and you've got to take your ups and downs. We talk about it being linear, and right on cue, Bonita Brown has actually dropped her opening lift to 215, so probably not feeling it today, just feeling a little bit fatigued. The travel. You know, it's a big year of competition as well. I mean, a lot of these athletes are competing multiple times throughout the year.
And she's doing classic and equip.
Yeah, so it's a big toll on the body. And of course, none of these competitions, these enormous competitions, they're absolutely fantastic. None of them are possible without the support from our sponsors. Alico, who continually raise the bar. And we talk about Alico not just because they're a great sponsor, but because they are a really great product. You know, if you look at an Alico bar there, that was released in about 1983. And it pretty much hasn't changed since their release. The only thing they've added, I think, was dust covers to keep the bearings free from chalk and dust. And if you can find me a bar that can go through that sort of punishment day in and day out and still keep taking that punishment in perfect condition.
And it's not only the bar, it's also the bench and squat rack.
Yeah, all their racks as well.
They're improving every single time.
Everything is always being improved and getting better. And of course, Uplift bringing coaches and athletes together from around the world, and SBD, makers of the greatest lifting apparel on the planet. And right now, Susanna Bedorova from Czechia, looking for 160 to open her deadlift campaign.
Beltless.
There's a few of us left in the world that still lift beltless on the deadlift. A few of us.
Hoping for an easy opener.
Yeah, it's 7.5 below her personal best, but if training's been going well. And hey, look, it was pretty easy to lift. No problems at all, gets that opener on the board.
$170 for our younger lifter from Nauru.
Yeah, Eureka from Nauru. Wants to get this one on the board to solidify her total. We'll see all these openings on the board, and we might see a nice little battle for that bronze and that silver. And that should be a good lift.
That looks nice. 3 wide lines.
Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 180. Well under her personal best, so plenty of room to move.
That looked easy.
Yeah, that's a good opener right there.
We're going to Mariana.
Mariana Mourinho, Cedarburg from Germany, 182.5. Chasing some German national records today.
She's having a great day.
She's having a great day. She's chasing a German total record, which is 465, and I believe it's actually her record. Stands it up well. And that's going to put her on the right track.
It's good lift.
I believe she also has the German deadlift record at 195. So might try and get that a nudge today as well.
We will see.
Fang Yan Su, Chinese Taipei, 190. Nice, easy opening lift.
I only want to see green on screen.
Yeah, want to see a full sea of green
Yeah.
up there. It'd be very nice to see. Anina Luotonen from Finland, 205. Well
then-
below her personal best, which is really nice to see.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then we will go to heavier deadlifts. It's gonna be a battle for, doesn't matter which color, gold,
Yeah, I think
silver,
there's going to
or
be.
bronze.
I think there's going to be quite a battle for that
Yeah.
gold, silver, and bronze in the deadlifts. She got one red light there. Looks like the red light was for soft knees, I think. Emily Leach from Sweden, 210. Having a fantastic day today.
She is. And the crowd is behind her. All Swedish supporters.
Yeah, you always know when there's a Swedish lifter in the house.
Oh, she's ready.
Oh, bringing some intensity to the platform on this one. Looks like she's using the roll-in technique. If you can get the timing right on the roll-in technique, it works brilliantly. But if you get the timing wrong, oh, she gets two red lights. We'll have a look at the replay.
Did not expect that. Oh, we are too late for the replay.
Yeah, coach is going to come to the jury panel on that one. And not quite sure what it was for.
I think it was the shoulders.
Might not have been locked back properly.
This is Bonica, 215 kilo on the bar. I think we can say if she gets this one, she will be world champion for the gold in total.
Look, if she puts this one on the board, in total, she's well out of reach.
Nice, Bonica.
Yeah, so that puts her at 620 total. She's happy with that. Yeah, that puts her at 620 total. And realistically, that's 40, nearly 40 kilos ahead.
Yeah. This is Amélie. Oh. From France.
220.
Amélie.
We do our absolute best to pronounce everyone's names properly.
That was
And
good.
of
I've
course-
heard it from the audience. Someone screamed her
Someone
name, and I was
screamed
like,
it out.
oh, I remembered it.
We do our absolute best. Occasionally we get them wrong. We've got two red lights on that lift, and the French coach just coming to the jury.
Normally blue is for downweight movement.
Yeah, I
right?
didn't catch any in the replay, but I'm seeing a little bit of movement from the jury, so we'll just see what happens with that. Right now, Brittany Slater from Canada, 225.
Biggest deadlift opener.
Yeah, so it was double movement on the bar. A downward movement there.
That looks strong.
That looks very, very strong. Zana Vitarova from Czechia at 170. Giving the bar a quick clean, getting that chalk out of that waffle pattern knurling. And of course, Aliko beginning in their humble beginnings is making waffle irons and toasters.
If you're hungry.
I'd love to have a waffle iron, an Aliko waffle iron on my kitchen counter.
This is going to be a personal best for Susanna.
it's a struggle streak
Struggle
there.
at the top.
She gets it to the top, but I don't think the judges are going to agree with that one.
It's a bit hitching on the
Yeah,
thighs.
there was some hitching, there was some up and down movement. There was a mixed bag in there. Eureka from Nauru, 182.5. At a rough day on the squats, managed to get the last one in. And has been looking a lot better throughout the bench.
And what you see now with these lifters, they are more conventional style.
Yeah, always really interesting. You know, we used to have, I mean, your taller lifters were conventional, your shorter, stockier lifters would often go sumo.
Yeah.
But what I've really noticed, and as a coach I've noticed a lot now, that we're really moving towards getting the right style that works for the athlete.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That's important.
You see what Bonita is lifting on sumo style, that works for her.
Yeah.
And these lifters are more in a conventional style.
Yeah, and I've moved a few lifters to sumo because it works better.
Yeah.
I've moved some to sumo because they've had problems with injuries and things like that. Mariana, Marina, Cedarburg from Germany, 190. So this lift will give her the total she needs for the German national record. She's got to work for it though. Gets it to the top.
She's there.
And it's on the board. I am sure her children, Velma and Vigo, are cheering very loudly at home. Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 195.
Only 2.5 kilo less than her personal record.
That's a nice way to do a second lift.
Yeah. Only a bit heavy on the top, but moved very fast from the ground.
I like her convincing lockout.
Yeah.
She really snaps it into place. Paying Young Su Chinese Taipei for 200. Gets it to the top. That should be a good lift, I think.
I think so, yeah. She's having a great squat, great bench, but lost too many kilos on that lift compared to the others for a total medal.
It just cost too much.
Yeah. Or the others are too strong on that lift.
Yeah, well, there's that too. that always makes it harder. Emily Leach, Sweden, 210.
She needs to get this one to stay in the competition.
Yeah, it'll temporarily roll her up into the bronze medal position as well. So she needs to get this one on. The weight was not an issue.
Was only locking out the shoulders. She's strong enough.
That looks better.
Yeah, really right lines. She did what she had to do.
Yeah, she's back on the books now. And then the opponent from Finland, 215.
If she pulls this one, she will be in a bronze medal position for deadlifts.
215, and it'll be just under a personal best.
Oh wait,
no, it'll move up to the silver medal.
Sorry.
Oh, she's going to have a bit of problem with that knee locking, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
That left knee just didn't seem to lock out. And you've got to, I mean, when you're doing the deadlift, I mean, it's probably the least technical lift. and especially the fact that you don't have a star command or racks or anything like that. The problem is you get to the top and you've got to remember you've got to tighten those knees out, lock those hips out. Sometimes they get to the top and you just forget.
She needs to get this one to stay
Amelie
in the competition.
from France, 225.
She moves up 5 kilos.
Yeah, I mean, the weight was not an issue at
No.
all. It flew up.
It looked better than the opener.
Yeah, let's see what the referees say. It is.
Yeah, 3 wide.
Yeah, it's partly because of her lifting style as well. When she deadlifts, she pushes her hips right forward and the knees pop forward as well. And it almost looks like she's ramping when she's not. Brittany Slater from Canada, 232 and a half. So she currently has the #1 ranked deadlift. And this will put her, keep her there, but Bonita Brown will be looking for 235.
A bit of struggle in the middle.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it wasn't super smooth, but it's a second lift.
Yeah.
You expect it to be fairly heavy. Just want to make sure you got a little bit of room to move.
She's allowed to work for it in the
Yeah,
second
I'll let it
attempt.
work a little bit.
We're going to go back to Bonica.
Yeah, 235.
20 kilo jump. They lowered the opener because
Yeah, she was opening at 225. They dropped to 215. So obviously, you know, just not feeling 100%.
but now she does. It wasn't a very
It's
easy
It's not
opener.
bad being able to pull 235 and not feeling 100%.
Look, she's a sumo style lifter. Nice. Liking it.
Yeah, she gets that one on. Should be 3 white lights, and it is. So that'll put her back up into the gold medal position there for the deadlift. She generally has that gold medal overall locked away, unless someone can pull some sort of amazing miracle on the deadlift. So come around for 170 now. Zuzana Petrova from Czechia, having missed this on her second. It just got a little bit all over the place on the second.
And it was only at the top.
Yeah, technique
start
just got a
was
little bit
good.
out of control. She just needs to get that breath in and really focus all the way to the top. Get the head up, get the chest up.
She is strong enough because she pulled it, but
Yeah,
it's
she had
only
plenty
technical.
of power.
Come on. Pull.
And
there she
again,
go
just at that
again.
top.
And she knows it.
Yeah, instead of squeezing through, she's trying to hitch it through. Yeah, she's trying to jerk it through rather than squeeze it.
Well,
Should be a little
she know
disappointed.
for
Yeah.
next competition, I am strong enough, but only the technical
And
things
that's
I
it.
need to work
And
on.
she'll go back to the gym, she'll work on her training, she'll work with
Exactly.
the coach, she'll get the technical things down pat. Eureka from Nauru, 185. So equal her personal best. And after the day she had on squats, I think this is fantastic.
Yeah. Would be nice to finish with a good deadlift. Some positive on the end.
Yeah, I think it's nice to finish. You know, if you had a rough day, get 3 from 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw one of the young girls from the Ukraine today.
Let's go. Just a bit heavy.
Yeah, it just didn't quite move.
But she only lost 2.5 kilos.
Yeah.
So still finished very strong.
And we saw one of the young Ukrainian girls today bombed out on her squats. Had a tough time on bench, only got 1 bench. Went 3 from 3 on her deadlift. And you could just see the smile on her face. You know, yeah, they didn't go to plan, but I finished 3 from 3 on the deads. Mariana, Marina, Cedarburg for 195.
And she's fired up.
Now I think this will give her the German national record for deadlift.
Let's go. Come on.
She's had a great day though.
Oh.
Oh, that one was just a bit heavy today. She's had a fantastic day.
She did.
Her kids are at home. They can hold their heads high and be very proud of her mother and what she's done here today. So Caroline Stuttgart from Denmark, 205. So this will move her up in total ranking to 7th position temporarily. A couple of extra points for the team. And she's brought the fire to the platform for this one.
Oh, it's the last pull, last lift. You can give everything what you have.
That's it. You don't need to save any energy now. You've got to put everything out there.
Pull, pull, pull,
And
pull,
she's
pull.
working it.
Come
She's still
on.
squeezing. It's going up.
Let's go.
Snap that lock. Oh, I think she
I'm
might have
gonna
actually
wait.
pushed her hips too far forward and unlocked her knees, and she
Oh.
has.
Is the coach going to the jury or not?
I'm not sure if he's going to. We can see on the replay here, she gets to the top, and I think she has it, but then she unlocks her knees, and her right knee never actually locked, I don't think.
Coaches are watching the jury table, but
yeah,
the
I
jury
don't think he's
table
going
is
to
doing
get.
nothing.
I don't think he's going to get much from them. Anina from
2:15.
Finland. Wow, 2:15.
Oh.
It's those knees again. They're going to give her trouble.
Gonna wait. 2
And
to 1.
she gets
yes.
2 to 1 this time. So Fang Yan Su, Chinese Taipei now 220.
If she pulls 220, she will move to 585 in total. So the Canadian lifter needs to pull the deadlift.
Yeah, she's putting the pressure on now.
Yeah.
Because this will move her from 4th to bronze and put the pressure on the Canadian to actually make sure she gets a lift on the board.
Come on, up.
Oh, it's just a little too heavy today.
Stop at the knees. The knee point for conventional is
it's
a
a
very heavy
tough
point.
point, isn't
Yeah.
it? Emily Leach from Sweden, 227.5.
This is for a bronze medal position in deadlift.
Yeah, this will get her up to the bronze medal in
Everyone
deads.
is gonna behind her.
If she gets this one, she goes home with a medal on deadlifts.
Well, maybe. Depends on the French lifter.
With
She's
3
in a
more
position.
lifters to come. Needs to
She's
put it on
ready
the
for
board
it.
first.
Come on, girl.
Got to remember to lock out at the top.
Let's go, Emily. Pull, 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 pull.
She's squeezing it.
I think she got it.
She's got it to the top. It looks good from this
Wait
angle.
for the lights.
It
Yeah, she
is.
got it.
Now she has to sit back and wait.
I love the reaction.
She's very
Oh.
excited.
Love it.
Now, that knocked Amelie back down to 4th, but this pull will pull her back into the bronze medal position on deadlift.
Amelie went down in deadlift for the bronze medal in deadlift and at 592.5 total.
That's a big total.
That's a maybe silver or bronze in
Yeah,
total.
it could be. It could be either silver or bronze at this stage.
Oh,
Oh, let's have a look.
I don't know.
That'll be a tough call from the referees. No,
Oh,
it's no lift.
the strength is there, but it's not the right line.
So Emily
It's the
Leach
knee.
then from Sweden holds on to the bronze medal in the deadlift.
Another medal for freedom.
Fantastic.
Another one.
So this lift here for Brittany Slater will temporarily roll her into the gold medal position in deadlift, and will move her up into silver overall. important lift.
And it's only a 5-kilo jump.
Yeah, it's not a huge jump either. So it's quite within reach. It's only a couple of kilos over a personal best.
She's moving, moving.
She gets it to the top. What's
Waiting
the
for the lights.
referees?
Yeah, it's 3 right
It
lights.
does. She gets it there. So now Bonita Brown has the gold medal overall in the bag.
Yeah.
Is going to take a crack at the world record at
In deadlift.
247.5. It was 247.
Let's
She
go,
wants
Bonica.
247.5. She had a crack at a bench record earlier. It didn't go to plan.
Let's go, Bonica.
Time for the deadlift record. Give her the gold medal in the deadlift as well.
You're already world champion. Let's see some world record.
Be nice to see one fall. Everything else moved well.
Oh, Pope.
And I think the bar moved down. And
Just
yeah,
a little
she
bit too
knows.
heavy.
And she knew before she got it to the top
Yeah.
that wasn't a good lift.
Well, she had a choice to go down for the deadlift gold.
Yeah,
She wanted
look,
to do
I
a
think
world record
I think
anyway.
she made the right move there. She wasn't risking a world championship
No.
gold medal, and that's the right move. We always talk about going for different medals and that. If you're not risking a gold medal overall, then going for a world record is an opportunity, and you only get to go for world records
At world
when you're at world
championships.
championship events. So you can't do it any other time. So it was the best result for her as well. So Bonica takes home the world championship once again. She is absolutely unstoppable. But we're going to have a medal ceremony here very, very shortly. We've got the 105s to come this afternoon as well. And of
Another
course,
session today.
another session. And of course, tomorrow, the 120 and the 120 pluses. It is going to be absolutely out of control.
Silver goes to Stuttgart and 5 you Sue. Gold goes to USA and Bonita Brown 257.5.
I'm not CrossFit. I'm not CrossFit. I'm tired. Oh, we gotta look cute. Nice and steady.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
For the lifters, last one goes to Stuttgart and 5 you Sue. Silver goes to Ross. Marina, Ross. You see.
Oh no, now we gotta pose like cute. Okay.
Sorry, it's gonna be dead. Sorry to take that. We would like to take it. For the deadlift,
Oh, I'm surprised I medal. Congrats, honey.
Thank you. And it's all for this one. Bronze medal goes to France, Mariana, Garcia, 187.5. Silver medal goes to Canada, Mariana Standard 5.87.5. And the gold and world champion for USA, Bonita Brown, 640 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up.
At least David has the flag for me. We gotta do final pictures.